So, Kathy, tell me what it means to you to raise the bar and not taxes.
Well, I know we're taxed so much federally, provincially right now, inflation and gas taxes. I'm glad we've come up with a plan so that we're not increasing our taxes municipally. And I'm glad that's one of our platform goals is to keep taxes not higher than inflation at least.
One question that might come up when we talk about adding new services without raising taxes is how do you do that?
Well, I think one of the biggest expenses when you're building new facilities is purchasing the land.
Hmm.
Parkland in Langley right now, as you know, is $7 million an acre. So if you want to build something like a pool or a park, you need a minimum of 5 acres. That's $35 million. That's almost 10% of the entire township budget for a year just to buy the land. And you haven't even started construction on any facility yet. So I know that's a great way to keep our costs down while still building the facilities in all the communities that our youth and seniors need.
When I was first talking to Rich about this, he mentioned the concept of using the retention ponds to place fields, green spaces, soccer, baseball, what have you, paths. We can incorporate a lot of that in the community by the sounds of it.
I love that idea. I mean, other municipalities are already doing that. I don't know why we have so many retention ponds, especially around Yorkson and Willoughby. Let's take that space we already own and convert it into green and park space. Lots of residents are complaining it's too concrete in that area, so that's the perfect solution for low cost without raising taxes and being too much of an expenditure.
Mhm. One thing I want to make sure is that we don't mortgage our kids' future by leveraging, borrowing and overspending right now. I know there's a lot of things that the community would like to see happen. I think we can do a lot of those things and we can make things happen faster. We can cut red tape, which ultimately passes savings down to the purchasers, to the consumers, to the residents in Langley. We got to drive down housing costs, and there are ways to do it. It's just going to take a team to do it. I think that's one of the main reasons I want to work with Rich and the Elevate Langley team is because Rich is a guy with experience working across groups and organizations to get things done. He's going to be a great mentor for the rest of us.
Right.
And he knows how to stretch the budget. And he's got a track record. He's not a big spender. So I think we can count on that.
Yeah, what I really like about Rich and why I'm excited to be on his team is his ability to form partnerships, just like he did with the event center, creating the gymnastics center, working with the Italian Cultural Center, designing the kitchen, provincial government, municipalities. He has the ability to bring things together.
Mm-hmm.
But once we have those new houses built, we have to make sure we have transit in place for them as well. So I think we need to go back to Metro Vancouver and look at our allocation of funds and make sure we're getting our fair share of transit dollars. Because we're paying the same amount of taxes as Burnaby and Delta, but I think they're getting more allocation of funds than Langley is. So we need to look at that as well.
Mm-hmm. We do need to look at transit, but we also have to manage expectations. We live in an area that's mostly rural, and transit follows higher density areas. So I think we have to be careful. We're not going to overpromise a whole bunch of new transit connections. We're going to look at it and do it smart. Make sure that key hubs have transit to them, and we could put pressure using our position on council to bring more of that to the community because it definitely
Right.
helps.
Like you said, our township is 75% farmland. So let's focus that transit where the density is so consumers can get around easier, build walkable communities so people can walk for dinner, walk to school, walk to their dentist, walk to other local businesses as well, sometimes not even needing transit.